Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another video. Personality enhanced looks. Personality enhanced looks. What is that exactly? Basically is this. Say as a person, it could be a man or a woman. You know what? They don't have fashion model looks and stuff. They don't look like a fashion model. But at the same time, they ain't ugly either. Consensusly, they're average. They're average. But yet, depending on their personality, they can go either way. You know? Depending on their personality. Now, if they got some jacked up thing with them, mean personality or something like that, people will probably see them as unattractive, particularly if it's a woman looking at a man. But then if they real cool, got a great personality, all of that, okay, people will see them as better looking. Think about this, since it's mostly men who watch this channel, think about that woman who she's not drop dead gorgeous, but she's not ugly. But it's just something about her personality makes her real cool. Like she could go either way and everything with her personality. Like if she got a cool personality, she's friendly, she's sociable. You know what, you'd be like, yeah, there's something about her and stuff. But if she's all jacked up or something, you'd be like, ugh. Women are the same way when they look at men. See, there's this fallacy that, you know, a man's looks is just based on just his looks. His personality, rather, is just based on his looks. No, your personality is there and has been built upon since birth, even before birth. Even before birth, any father who has more than 2 children can tell you this. Like I look at my sons. Now, my oldest son, he's like, you know, he's quiet, but he's like physically kind of could be all over the place. It's hard for him to like stay still. He was like that in the womb. My youngest son is real calm and stuff. He's friendly, but he's more chilled. He is super chilled. He was like that in the womb. In fact, we had to poke him a couple times. It's like, oh, you still with us and stuff? So any father, any person who has had more than 2 children, they say, look, they ain't just develop it. They already had their personality. You can tell it from birth as they coming up. But the thing that will change is your physical appearance. But your personality is not going to change. Now, here's the thing. Well, it's going to be built upon, but everything is still there. Different factors are going to build on it, but it's still the same thing at the core. If you introverted at your core, no matter what you build on it, that's still your basic thing. That's still your temperament. If you extroverted, you can build on it, but it's still there. It really, you know, your physical appearance and everything doesn't have a major impact on it. It has a minor impact, just like your whole environment has an impact, but it's not the major thing. Basically, you're going to have the same personality, general personality, regardless of your looks. So what if your looks are considered average by the consensus, but you have a certain personality that makes you real friendly? Basically, okay, let's say you have charisma. Because if you take an honest look, especially at some men who have a lot of women, charisma is more their thing than their physical appearance. Charisma, you still got to connect to the woman, you know? Like the guys who will say, well, mouthpiece is more important than anything. They have a great point if it's connected with the, you know, if it gives them charisma. You can talk to that person. All of a sudden you can get in past like the normal stuff and stuff. But say you're jacked up, you got a mean personality. Even if you drop dead handsome to women physically, because many women have said, what if I always say, they say he was all right till he opened his mouth. See, that's the personality thing. And see, here's the thing. Okay, there's always this big deal about looks. And yeah. Okay, yeah, they have an impact, but okay, say you don't have that fashion model look. Get your personality right, be cool. Now, of course, there's some guys who will say, well, that don't matter, that don't matter. But if you look at their personality, they got a fucked up personality. Yes, I'm gonna say that. They not cool and everything. They not cool. You know, they can't make anyone laugh. It's like they got a jacked up personality to be around. In fact, I will say that's really their biggest issue. That's really their biggest issue. Their mindset and everything. But if you have a positive mindset, like, it don't necessarily mean you're going to go out and be like, you know, the womanizer big player. But it will give a woman pause. She'll pause. She'll be like, oh, hold up, let me check him out. Because I'm basing this statement off of actually talking with women. See, one of the biggest things, a lot of guys are talking, but if you say to them, well, how many women have you dealt with? Not studies, not what you saw some women do online. How many women have you actually known and talked with? And that's a big thing with women, because understand something, with women especially. Yes, they are looking at you. Yeah, eyes are important, but also every other sense as well. And even more so than that, their emotion. How many times have I said that's the pimp's game? That's the preacher's game. That's the politician's game. That's the salesman's game. You know? They getting in emotionally. If they might not catch that first thing physically, okay, that means they ain't gonna get something right there. But if they have a chance, like all they need is just a chance, they get it on the personality. Because I'm gonna tell you what, another way of looking at it is a man grows on a woman. A lot of people don't talk about that. The key to growing on her is his personality. So, okay, say they work together or they're in a social situation where she can talk to him and he's just patient. He don't try to force anything. All of a sudden, you know, he compliment her. He might flirt with her, something like that. He gets her to smiling. All of a sudden, she'll say, you know, he wasn't all that at first. In fact, if you talk to a lot of players, they'll tell you, they say, yeah, I got with this woman, she didn't think I was all that at first. But it's their personality. Their personality actually enhances it. All of a sudden, he starts to become better looking to the woman. But then reverse that. How many times has a man said, well, all these women call me handsome, but then he got a jacked up personality? It's very important. Now, women have said that too. If you talk to women, look, here's the important thing. Understand, you know, there's all this talk about looks, but common sense says there's some men getting these women without it. So what else they bringing? That's the only thing they have. Now people will say, well, it's the money, you know, well, maybe they have money. Let's just be real. Only a tiny percentage of men got money like that to influence a woman in that way. And it was really the starting price got to be, unless you're dealing with just some very poor women, the starting price got to be probably $500,000, probably $1 million in this day and age. Okay, for the money to influence her to that degree. And the status thing, let's just be real. How many guys got status? So you see some ordinary guys out there, you wonder how he get that woman. Only thing he got is really to click with her. That's the only other way he has in. Trust me, he probably didn't pick her up on the street. He probably didn't get her online. And if you ask him, oh, we work together. Oh, we go to the same spiritual temple together. You know, met him at the gym. You know, something. They in some situation where he could talk to her and click with her. He got in through her emotions. See, that's the thing. Yes, women, they looking at a man, but they also get clicking emotionally. See, some guys don't understand that because they haven't clicked with a woman emotionally. They haven't touched her emotions. Now, real quick, some guys will say, well, how can I do that? There's no science to it. You got to just talk to the woman and see where it clicks. That's it. That is it right there. It's not any more complicated than that. You have to talk. You have to engage the woman. You know? And you do need to fix yourself up as best as possible so she will give you that few seconds if you're trying to meet her like randomly. And if you're in a situation where you see her all the time, just take your time. Just talk. Seriously, that's all you need. I've seen it happen too many times. I've experienced it personally. You know, there's been some women I hooked up with, and if I would ask them, they say, no, you just alright, you alright. You know, so it's like, boom, it works. All right. So anyway, that's all I have for today, y'all. Get back with y'all later. Peace and blessings.